Paisley sat alone in the observation deck of Station Kepler 442, watching the distant stars blur into streams of light as the station orbited the gas giant below. Today marked her 7th birthday since arriving at the human outpost, and like the 6 before it, no one would come. She wasn't human, though she'd tried to be. Her skin shimmered with an opalescent quality that shifted between silver and pale blue depending on the light. Her eyes were too large, too luminous, twin moons that reflected emotions humans found unsettling. The Xanthari were known throughout the galaxy as masters of quantum mathematics and dimensional engineering, but they were also known for something else. They felt everything 1,000 times more intensely than other species. When Paisley had arrived as a juvenile refugee, the humans had been kind. At first, they'd smiled, patted her head, promised her she'd have friends. But human children feared what they didn't understand, and their parents were too polite to say what they really thought. Invitations were extended out of obligation, then quietly forgotten. Year after year, her birthdays became lonelier monuments to her otherness, but she'd stopped expecting anyone to remember. Theodore checked his chronometer for the 3rd time as he rushed through the station's corridors, a carefully wrapped package tucked under one arm and a homemade cake balanced precariously in the other. He was late, terribly late, but that was nothing new for the station's only xenoanthropologist, who also happened to be the worst timekeeper in 3 sectors. He'd been stationed on Kepler 442 for only 2 months, cataloging the cultural integration patterns of various species living among humans. Paisley's file had caught his attention immediately, not because of her remarkable academic achievements or her contributions to the station's navigation systems, but because of a single line buried in her psychological evaluation. Subject exhibits signs of profound social isolation. Recommendation: community integration initiatives. Below that, 7 entries. 7 birthday celebrations. 7 times no one had come. Theodore had spent the last week baking, planning, and yes, procrastinating. Because what do you say to someone who's been invisible for 7 years? But today, chronometer be damned, he was going to show up. The observation deck doors hissed open. Paisley didn't turn around. She'd heard that sound in her imagination too many times, only to find it was just the maintenance crew or someone passing through. Her bioluminescent markings, which ran along her arms in intricate patterns, had dimmed to almost nothing, a Xanthari's involuntary response to sadness. "Sorry I'm late." The voice was human, male, and unfamiliar. Paisley's marks flickered with surprise before she could suppress the response. She turned slowly, her large eyes widening further, that a human man stood in the doorway, slightly out of breath, his brown hair disheveled, and his uniform jacket askew. In his hands, he held a lopsided cake with 7 candles arranged in a spiral pattern, the traditional Xanthari number of completion. You came," Paisley whispered, her voice carrying the melodic quality of her species. "But you don't even know me." Theodore walked forward, setting the cake down on the console beside her. "Theodore Reeves, xenoanthropologist and apparently terrible baker. And you're Paisley, brilliant quantum mathematician, keeps this entire station from flying into the gas giant, and deserves a damn birthday party." Her marks began to glow brighter, cycling through colors Theodore had never seen in the species databases, emotions too complex for simple translation. What? The question carried 7 years of hurt. Theodore sat down beside her, gazing out at the stars. "I read your file. Saw that no one came. And I thought, what kind of species are we if we can cross galaxies but can't cross a room to celebrate someone who matters?" "I'm not human," Paisley said quietly. "I feel too much. I cry at sensor readings. I laugh at equations. Humans find it disturbing." "Humans find a lot of things disturbing that are actually beautiful," Theodore replied. He gestured to the cake. "The spiral pattern. That's right, isn't it? 7 candles for 7 cycles, arranged in the mathematical constant your people hold sacred." Paisley stared at him, her marks now blazing with something that might have been hope. "You researched Xanthari traditions? Spent the whole week reading. Did you know that your people believe birthdays shouldn't be celebrated alone because emotions are meant to be shared? That witnessing someone's joy multiplies it across quantum dimensions." Theodore pulled out a small device. "I also brought this. It's a holographic recorder. I thought maybe, if you wanted, we could send a message to your family. Let them know you're celebrating." A single luminescent tear traced down Paisley's cheek, but she was smiling, a genuine expression that made her alien features radiant. They died in the war. That's why I'm here. Theodore's heart sank. Paisley, but they would have loved this, she continued, her voice stronger now. They would have loved that someone finally showed up. That someone cared enough to learn about spiral candles and quantum joy. She reached out, her hand hovering near his, a zinthery gesture of deep trust. Theodore understood from his research that touch was sacred to her people, reserved for those who truly mattered. That he took her hand. Her skin was cool, electric with subtle energy. Make a wish, Theodore said softly. Paisley closed her eyes, her marks pulsing with colors that seemed to resonate with the stars outside. When she opened them, she looked at Theodore with an intensity that would have unsettled most humans. It didn't unsettle him at all. She blew out the candles, all 7 at once, and the observation deck filled with the faint scent of zinthery birthday tradition, something like ozone and honey. What did you wish for? Theodore asked. Paisley's marks swirled with warm gold and soft pink. That next year, someone shows up again. Maybe even on time. Theodore laughed. I'll try. No promises on the timing, but I'll be here. Why do this for me? Really? He met her luminous eyes. Because in all my years studying cultures across the galaxy, I've learned one thing. Humanity isn't just about humans. It's about recognizing the person in front of you, no matter what they look like. And you, Paisley, deserve to be seen. For the first time in 7 years, Paisley didn't feel invisible. They shared the lopsided cake as Station Kepler. 442 continued its eternal orbit, two beings from different worlds finding common ground in buttercream frosting and the simple act of showing up. Outside, the stars burned on, ancient, distant, and cold. Inside, something warmer had finally begun to grow.